Hi, I'm Kay Logan. I'll tell you how I got into Nikken. It wasn't because I was a savvy businesswoman looking for an opportunity. That was about the furthest thing from my mind. I'd had a really bad car accident. A drunk driver changed my life pretty dramatically. She came flying over hill doing about 60. They gauged her at doing about 60, and there were no skid marks, so they knew she didn't even try to brake. I got hit full bore. The car was a mangled piece of wreckage, and so was I for a very long time. 2 years after the car wreck, I still lost food and drooled and couldn't comb my own hair. Was not a fun situation in my house, and I don't know if other people are like this, but when I don't feel good, people don't like to be around me a whole lot. It was a pretty sad situation at my house, and I couldn't even tell that story for a couple of years without crying. But after 2 years of really suffering with some real challenges, the main physician that I'd worked with over that 2-year time frame sat me down real solemnly and said, "Kay, I don't know anything else to do for you. We'll just try to maintain your problem." And I thought, boy, I don't want to maintain this. I'd kind of like to get rid of it. And at that point, my mind wasn't thinking real clearly, and I didn't care how it had to end. I just really wanted it over, because I could see myself a long time down the road and still in the kind of situation that I was in, and it just wasn't a pretty picture. And then a lady called. Bless her heart. She had a mother who had some really bad arthritic challenges, and she'd seen a doctor, and it was almost like a miraculous thing that these pads from a company called Nikken had done for her. And so the lady, because her mom was an arthritic and mine was a car wreck, she wasn't sure what the products would do for me when we first started this, and she wasn't even a distributor. She just knew that she'd seen it do some good things for her mom, but her first words were to me, "I don't know if this will help you or not." You know, she's going to put that disclaimer in there. But she did care enough about me to tell me that there was this doctor that was doing something different, and I called him, and I totally thought he'd lost his mind. And, you know, if I thought I was depressed before that moment, when I heard what he was doing, I was kind of over the edge at that moment. But nobody was offering me anything different. And so I finally came to the realization that I probably ought to try some of the products. And for me, within minutes, I stopped hurting, and within weeks, I was functional, and I have literally been running up and down highways ever since, shouting it's good. In the beginning, I saw for about 3 months, everybody that we worked with just saw awesome results. I mean, I thought we were going to have to go out to cemeteries and bring people back. I can't tell you that I've seen it do 100% for 100% of the people in the time that I've been working with it. I can say without any hesitation that it's better than anything else that I've ever seen, and I know I can't damage somebody's stomach or their liver or their kidneys while we're seeing if it can do something for them. So I would urge anybody that has any challenges to at least test it. I mean, you have everything to gain and absolutely nothing to lose. Actually, I think you have a lot to lose if you want your life back, if you're serious about wellness and feeling better. Like I said, when you're not feeling good, people don't like to be around you a whole lot, and I enjoy doing fun things with a lot of different people, so I would like for them to be around me. So that's why I run up and down highway shouting it's good. Just test it.
Hi, my name's Dutch, and this is my wife Ruth. We are talking a little bit about the Nikken technologies and how it's affected our son. Our son, at the age of 2, we went to OHSU and had him diagnosed as autistic, and he was diagnosed severe autism and would probably not get out of diapers, probably would not speak, and we've done a lot of things to help him throughout his life, and my wife has done most of those things, so I'll let her explain a little bit about that, and then we'll talk to you about how Nikken has totally changed how our son operates now.
At the age of 2.5, he was diagnosed with autism, low functioning. He couldn't talk, and he threw a lot of tantrums. He had a lot of sensory issues, and so we had to really work with him through several types of therapies that we were experimental at the time, but we decided to go ahead and try that because we were desperate. And through the years, as we were working with him, he was improving, and he was then. Now he's 13 and he's high functioning, but that's when Nikken came in because there were still some issues with him with his speech that was still having a difficulty.
So the speech was pretty obvious when you see our son, and actually he was 12 years old when we were involved with the Nikken Technologies for the first time. And if you saw our son with 20 other kids, it'd be pretty hard to tell that anything was wrong with him until he started speaking. He couldn't complete sentences on the phone at all. You couldn't understand pretty much at all what he was trying to say. He'd have to stop and start over, stop and start over many times. We got the Nikken Technologies for ourselves, and my wife had great experiences with her knees and her back, and so we decided to go ahead and put a Nikken sleeping system on the bed for our son, and also with the water system in the house. We were all drinking the Nikken water. Well, consequently, 2 or 3 weeks into this, we noticed at the dinner table that our youngest son, Kyle, was speaking normal. He wasn't just speaking better. And I mentioned that to Ruth, and we both noticed immediately that his speech was normal. It was phenomenal. So we weren't sure if it was Nikken or if it was just maybe he outgrew this. We weren't sure. The school system had actually he had a field trip and went away for 4 days on a camping trip. When he came back, he couldn't talk again. So it was pretty obvious once he got in his bed, started drinking the water, within 2 or 3 days he was speaking normal. And we watched to see if that would be the effect. So we called Nikken and asked them what was going on, and they actually told us that this had happened before with kids and their speech. And so we were completely blown away. Today, our son, a year later, on the Nikken Technologies, all of them, is completely full functioning. You cannot tell that anything is wrong with him at the age of 13. And any parent will tell you that if they had a low functioning autistic child, that that's their dream, to one day see their child normal. And I'm here to tell you that's happened to us thanks to Nikken Technologies.
How about scholastic? Any difference in that?
Yes, scholastically it was all he could do to just keep up. He had aides in school with him. Today, now, his brain functions are much quicker. He's getting A's and B's literally in all his classes, which, even for a normal kid, that'd be fantastic. He's also playing lacrosse, which before there's no way he could have physically kept up with the other kids. He sure as heck couldn't have kept in his brain how to do the plays and how to catch the ball and all that. Now he's playing lacrosse and he's having a normal life thanks to Nikken Technologies. Our whole life has been changed by this.